Or she really loves Chit Chat's play, right? She thinks she's really fun. So she's texting me about her sometimes, but I think she likes our young kids, so it's just generals, and then just a lot about life, how's she doing? How's it going? About my kids or whatever. So it's more of, not
via Iowa coach Jan Jensen, but she is also going viral on the internet from a post on Liz Kitley, where it appears Caitlin Clark and somebody else is having a very hard time putting together a damn camera, putting a strap on it. And Liz Kitley said, "How many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge?" So Liz Kitley making fun of her. And then you see here, apparently
nobody saw this coming. Caitlin Clark, the most talked about player in women's basketball, just quietly picked her successor at Iowa. And it's not who anyone expected. It's not the star recruit, not the highly ranked freshman. It's a transfer guard most fans barely know. Someone who's been battling injuries and fighting for minutes. Her name is Chit Chat Wright. And for months now, Clark's been watching her, texting Iowa's coach about her, breaking down her film, even defending her online. Game recognizes game. And when someone like Caitlin Clark invests that much attention in you, there's a reason. Clark didn't just play for Iowa. She transformed the entire program. Sold out arenas, national TV deals, record-breaking viewership. She made Iowa basketball matter in a way it never had before. When she left for the WNBA, she didn't just leave a hole in the lineup. She left a shadow that every player who followed would have to live under. Most stars move on. They show up once a season, wave to the crowd, smile for photos, and vanish again into their pro careers.
Caitlin and I text a lot. She hasn't been back this year for a game. Hopefully we'll get her back for one at some point. But she's got new adventures and new mountains to climb. But she had text big games, win, lose, draw. That kid is she's with me, and I think she knows.
Caitlin Clark spoke highly of Chit Chat right on the season. Chit Chat's averaging 11 points, 4 assists, but she's shooting 50% from three, 50% from the field. So I would like to see Chit Chat more aggressive and getting up more shots, because we just don't have the creators off the dribble at the guard spot. But this is going to be a big test. Iowa obviously lost to Audie Crooks at Iowa State. Now they're going to be going against the best player in the country.
Clark didn't do that. She's texting her old coach during games, commenting on plays in real time, even going off on referees from hundreds of miles away. That's not nostalgia, that's loyalty. And who's she focused on? Chit Chat Wright, a point guard who transferred from Georgia Tech, playing through injury, quietly averaging double figures while barely getting any spotlight. Clark calls her game fun. That's not a throwaway compliment. That's what Clark used to call basketball when she was rewriting NCAA history. Fun. The way Chit Chat plays, the movement, the pace, the creativity, it reminds Clark of herself. But what makes this story even wilder is that Chit Chat's numbers don't scream superstar yet. 11 points per game, 4 assists, but 50% shooting from the field, 50% from 3. Those are elite percentages, and she's doing that while hurt. Imagine what happens when she's fully healthy. That's what Clark sees, not who Chit Chat is now, but who she's about to become. There's something deeper here too. Iowa's coach Jan Jensen said Caitlin still texts often, not just about basketball, but about life, how things are going, how the players are holding up, even about Jensen's kids. It's not constant, but it's personal. Clark's circle is famously tight. She doesn't let many people in, but Iowa's still in that circle, and now so is Chit Chat. This isn't a mentorship built on fame or exposure. It's built on trust. And when you think about what Clark's been through, national scrutiny, media chaos, endless pressure, that trust means everything. Meanwhile, Iowa's under pressure again. They just lost to Iowa State, and their next matchup is brutal. Number 1 ranked UConn. Sarah Strong, Paige Buchers, that entire powerhouse squad. And Iowa? They're heading in with a point guard who's still recovering from her first serious injury. That's a nightmare scenario. Without Chit Chat at full strength, Iowa doesn't have another guard who can create off the dribble. Taylor Strumlow is solid, but not a true point. Addie Deal's still learning. Sydney Affolter's not a creator. That leaves one option, Chit Chat. Hurt or not, she's got to lead them. Because if she doesn't, the offense stalls, and UConn will run them off the floor. And yet when you listen to her talk, she doesn't sound nervous. She sounds ready. Reporters asked if anyone she faced at Georgia Tech could compare to UConn's level. Her answer, to be honest, no. No hesitation, no fear, just honesty. She knows Sarah Strong might be the best player in college basketball right now, but she's not backing down. She said the team's been preparing, getting their reps, working both sides of the ball. That's leadership, that's poise, that's why Clark's watching. Then there's Leah Hayes, a freshman from Alaska. She's never faced competition like this either. Iowa threw her into the deep end against one of the toughest centers in the country, Audie Crooks. Jensen told her straight up, "This is your welcome to college moment." Laya admitted she wasn't ready, but she learned. And you can tell she's catching on fast. That's the kind of growth Clark wants to see in the next generation. Tough, humble, willing to take their hits and get better. Meanwhile, Chit-Chat's trying to fight through pain and prove she's worthy of the jersey. This injury has tested her mentally and physically. She admitted it's been hard, that it's her first serious setback, and that she's still working her way back to full strength. But she also said she's starting to see glimpses of her old self again. That kind of mindset, quietly determined, unshaken by adversity, is exactly why Clark's drawn to her, because that's how Clark built her own legacy, through resilience, through fighting, not complaining. But Iowa's margin for error is razor thin. They need her healthy. They need her confident, because against UConn's defense, every mistake gets punished. If she can't go full speed, if the injury limits her, Iowa might not have a chance. And that's the reality fans don't want to admit. Without a creator like Clark, Iowa's offense can look stagnant. You can run sets all day, but at some point, someone's got to break down the defense, make something out of nothing, and that's what Chit-Chat does. That's what Clark used to do better than anyone. There's also something poetic about how this relationship's evolved. Clark's WNBA life is chaos, endorsements, games, appearances, but she's still finding time to text a college kid fighting through her first injury. She's not doing it for PR. Nobody even knew about it until Coach Jensen mentioned it. She's doing it because she cares, because she remembers what it felt like to be that player, overlooked, doubted, trying to prove yourself while everyone compares you to someone else. Clark's not just mentoring her, she's protecting her. That's rare. That's bigger than basketball. Then there's that viral camera clip. Liz Kitley posted a video of Clark trying to figure out how to attach a strap to a professional Sony camera, completely lost. The caption? "How many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera?" It blew up. Everyone laughed, including Clark. But look closer. Clark wasn't messing around for clicks. She was actually learning photography because she wanted to. She was out there trying something new, failing in front of millions, and not caring. That's the mentality she's passing on to players like Chit-Chat. Don't be afraid to look dumb while you learn. Don't fear failure. Just keep going. That's what makes her different. That's what makes her great. Tomorrow, Iowa faces their biggest test of the season. Vegas probably has UConn winning by double digits. But you can bet Caitlin Clark will be watching. She'll be texting Jensen, cheering, analyzing, probably tweeting if the refs blow a call. Because this isn't just another game. It's a passing of the torch moment. If Chit-Chat can step up, even just for one big play, one big shot, it'll be a sign that Iowa's still alive, that Clark's influence didn't fade when she left campus, that what she built still means something. Because this whole thing, it's about legacy. Clark didn't just rewrite the record books, she changed the standard. She made Iowa matter nationally, and that power only lasts if the next generation keeps it going. If Iowa fades back into the pack, her impact becomes a memory. But if Chit-Chat turns into an all-conference guard, if she keeps them competitive, Clark's legend grows. It becomes a story about what she built, not just what she did. Still, the pressure's immense. Chit-Chat's not just trying to win games, she's trying to live up to a myth. Every time she misses a shot, people think about what Clark would have done. Every turnover, every off night, there's a comparison. That's suffocating. But when the person you're compared to is also your biggest supporter, that changes everything. It takes the pressure and turns it into pride. It tells you that you're allowed to be yourself. But there's also a darker side. If this season falls apart, if Chit-Chat's injury lingers, if Iowa misses the tournament, that's not just a disappointment. That's heartbreak. That's seniors losing their last shot, freshmen questioning their future, a team stuck between eras. And for Chit-Chat, that's personal. She left Georgia Tech to be here, to lead this program, to carry the torch. If her body won't let her, that's devastating. Because college basketball doesn't give you do-overs. You get 4 years, maybe 5. That's it. And one bad break can change everything. Even if Chit-Chat plays perfectly, Iowa might still fall short. That's the truth. UConn's stacked. South Carolina's loaded. The talent gap is real. Iowa's ceiling now isn't national titles. It's relevance. Maybe a Sweet 16. Maybe an Elite 8 if things go right. That's still success. But it's not the Clark era. And that's okay. Because the goal isn't to replace Caitlin Clark. It's to honor what she built. To keep Iowa basketball alive, competitive, respected. And that's why this connection matters so much. Clark's doing something rare in sports. Mentoring without overshadowing, supporting without interfering, watching without controlling. She's letting the next generation take over, while still being there when they need her. That's how dynasties are built. That's how legacies last. So tomorrow's game isn't just about UConn. It's about Iowa proving they can still stand tall without their superstar. It's about Chit-Chat showing she belongs on that stage, injury or not. And it's about Caitlin Clark, watching from afar, seeing whether the foundation she laid can hold. Maybe Iowa wins, maybe they don't. But either way, one thing's certain. Caitlin Clark picked her successor, and she picked her for a reason, because she sees something the rest of us are just starting to notice. Chit-Chat Wright isn't trying to be Caitlin Clark, she's trying to be herself. And that, more than anything, is what will keep Iowa's fire burning.